Hey YouTube, I'm going to do a third try on this video because my wife came out and started talking to me right smack in the middle of my last one, and then the first one I wasn't real happy with. I mean, she walks right out the gate, she sees me sitting here staring at the iPad, talking away, and just starts talking to me. I'm like, hello, I'm shooting a video here. Anyway, so this is my video about Powdered Toast Man. Remember, I mixed it up last Sunday and promised that I'd open it up and try it and shoot a video and give you all my impressions of it. So, first off, the smell. Now, the smell is interesting. It doesn't smell like you would expect it to smell with the ingredients. The ingredients are Stokovey cinnamon, Perique, Lane buttered rum, and Prince Albert. Definitely not what I expected. Tell you what it smells like. And I figured this out the last take I did on this video. I was sitting here rambling, trying to figure out exactly what it reminded me of. It's got this raisiny, plummy raisin smell to it. It smells really, really good. I will tell you that. It smells fantastic. And I figured out what it reminded me of was when I was a kid, my grandma Foster, God rest her soul, she used to make a raisin pie for me all the time. And this was my favorite pie in the whole world. And anytime I did something good, anytime I did something right, or just tell me she loved me, she'd make me this pie. And when she died, the recipe went with her. Well, when I first started dating my wife, told her about this pie. And now my wife is brilliant, and she's a great cook. And she figured out, just based on my description and surfing through the internet and her own experiences of cooking, which she's really, really good at, she figured out how to make this pie. And she made it for me. And I was like, oh my God, this is my grandma's pie. Well, this reminds me of my grandma's raisin pie, the smell of it. So if I had made this blend, I wouldn't have called it Powdered Toast Man, and I know why they did. I would have called it raisin pie, because that's what it smells like to me. Probably from the Perique. That's probably what's giving it, coming through and giving it everything. So now, as far as the smoking experience goes, which y'all are probably really interested in, I'm smoking it in my Nation pipe. Okay, shout out to the Corncob Nation. If you like cobs, you should probably come join the Nation. This is the Pipe of the Year, Nation Pipe from 2017. It's sort of like a Cobb Warden sort of thing. I really like this pipe. I don't smoke it a whole lot, but I really do like it. Normally I do aromatics out of my Falcon, and I might try this again in my Falcon and see if it smokes differently in there. My initial impressions when I first let it off were not super favorable. I mean, they weren't bad. I didn't dislike it, but I wasn't getting a whole lot. Part of it was I overpacked it. I packed it too tight, and I think part of it too is I need to dry the tobacco a little bit. But about halfway, 2/3 of the way through the bowl now, and it's starting to grow on me a little bit. I'm still not buying into the hype. It's not going to change my life or anything. I probably won't be mixing up huge batches of this and storing it around. But, I'm not going to have a hard time getting through the rest of this jar that I mixed up. Of course, then again, you know my opinion about aromatics. If you've watched any of my videos, you know my opinion about aromatics. I'm not an aromatics hater, but they're not my normal go-to. As a matter of fact, the only aromatic that I've ever had that I really, really liked, I mean, I had a few that were okay, but the only one I really liked is the Parsons blend from Country Squire. Now the difference between Parsons blend and this, first off, I'm a cigar smoker, and I'm used to a lot big flavors and bold flavors and a lot of smoke. The Parsons blend doesn't have the big bold flavors, but it's got a lot of smoke, and it's got this depth to the flavor. Well, this one here, this Powdered Toast Man, it's a lot lighter. It's not a heavy smoke. Very, very light smoke, very light flavor. Some of the notes that I'm getting from it which I can definitely get. I'm picking up a lot on the Perique. I pick up the peppery stewed plum raisin note, peppery zip from the Perique. Well, maybe a little bit of that zip is from the cinnamon as well. I'm getting a little bit of the burley notes now towards the end of the bowl. That's probably from the Prince Albert. Not the cocoa-y nut type stuff that you'd get from Carter Hall or from straight up Prince Albert, but it's not bad. That's about the best I can give it. It's not bad. I'm not buying into the hype. I'm not gonna jump on the powdered toast man hype train like everybody else. Like I said, I won't have I'm not gonna twist my arm, or not gonna feel like I'm making this huge sacrifice smoking the rest of this batch that I mixed up. But it's definitely not something I'm gonna mix up a bunch of and keep on hand. So we'll see what else. What else I can get out of it? I'll tell you, I normally smoke aromatics out of my Falcon, and I smoke burleys out of my cobs, or codger blends mainly out of my cobs. This cob and codger blends, they just go together like carrots and peas. Isn't that what the way the saying goes? Yeah, I just might have to make that sacrifice and jump on that grenade for science and try another bowl in my Falcon. See if I get different notes out of my Falcon. But I got to be honest, YouTube, I'm not buying into the hype on this. I'll get a little tiny bit of the cinnamon. I definitely get the Perique. If you don't like Perique, you're probably not going to like this blend. But this blend also might make a Perique lover out of you, because it's picking up all the good notes of Perique that I like, without being like super overwhelming. So anyway, so it's a beautiful day here in Northern California. Sitting out back, watching my little fat Chihuahua bring down the last couple figs from the season's figs and trotting around and eating them. And of course, he's about fit to be tied right now. I got a handyman over here hanging blinds. I can do it myself, and I got about a million other things that I got to do. And so I hired this guy to come in, and we got a bunch of custom blinds to replace the curtains in the house and kind of open up the place and modernize it and lighten it up a little bit. And it's looking pretty good with the blinds in there. I'm kind of glad my wife did that. Anyway, he's inside and he's finishing up hanging the blinds, and my little fat Chihuahua's out here he's just on point. He's fit to be tied. He wants to go in and bite somebody. Of course, the funny thing is he's really secretly a wuss. So if he were to go in there and the guy just kind of stomped his foot and said boo to him, he'd probably immediately squat and pee all over himself. And then my other little dog, Cody, who is he's a man's man. He's a man's dog. He's my little skinny Chihuahua, and he's always trying to get my gin, when I'm drinking a martini, or get into my scotch. He helps me pick out my tobaccos whenever I'm smoking. He's all up in my grill, wanting to, smell my mustache and smell my nose. And I can hold a couple cigars out to him, or a couple pouches of tobacco, and he'll tell me which one he wants me to smoke. He's a good dog. He just laying on his blanket, just kind of chill. He's looking at his brother like, dude, chill the hell out. So anyway, I was saying, a beautiful day here in Northern California. It's been super hot lately. It's late October and hotter than hell. It's starting to cool down a little bit today, but it was up in the 90s all last week. I don't know about you, but I don't like that kind of weather. I pay my weather taxes here in California, so I don't have to deal with that. But climate change is real, let me tell you. So anyway. Yeah, it's not bad. Whatever, I'm not buying into the hype. I encourage you to try it. Maybe find somebody that's already got some mixed up, or if you're real super nice, you leave a note down there in the bottom. I might send you a little sample of this batch that I got mixed up. As long as I still got some on hand. If I do that though, you gotta give me your impressions of it back, because just because this isn't necessarily my cup of tea. Doesn't mean it might not be your cup of tea. If you like, if you like aromatics, you probably like this pretty well. I don't think it's enough for me. I don't think it's just not. I like really bold tobaccos. Of course, that's not always true. I mean, I like Prince Albert, and Prince Albert's pretty mild. I love the hell out of Carter Hall. Of course, I don't consider Carter Hall really mild. More medium. Anyway, that's about all the impressions that I got YouTube. I don't want to sit here and ramble and make up shit to say and use up your valuable time. Promise that I'd tell you my impressions of this. I will tell you the smell is out of this world. I love the smell. That raisin pie smell is just phenomenal. I wish it tasted like it smelled. God, if it tasted like it smelled, that's all I'd be smoking. I'm starting to pick up a little bit more of the sweet. I don't know, the sweet. It's like sweet stewed plums. I guess that's from the Perique in the back note. And when I retrohale, when you bring it in and put it out through your nose, you don't have to inhale it to do that, by the way. I was reading something about somebody was like, retrohale, that's a fancy word. I don't know what the hell that means. Well, I'll tell you what it means. You just kind of, it's not complicated. What you do is you just kind of swallow the smoke just a little bit. You don't inhale it. You kind of just swallow a little bit and then breathe out through your nose. And it comes through your sinuses and through your nose, and you can pick up a lot more notes from it. Something I do a lot when I'm smoking a cigar, because you pick up completely different notes on a cigar doing that. And you pick up different notes on a pipe tobacco too. Not to the same extent that you would on a cigar, because cigars are more subtle. I'm sorry, that ain't true. Pipe tobacco is more subtle generally than cigars. But yeah, I encourage you to try it yourself. Tell me what you think. And give me your impressions back. Maybe you think I'm all wet. Maybe you think I'm full of shit. Oh, Gary, this is the best damn tobacco I've ever had. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Well, I am a noob. I've been doing this for a little while now, and I still consider myself a noob. With all these old codgers out there that have been doing it for 40 years or so. But, to tell you the truth, it wasn't worth going through the hassle of, stocking pipes and cigars, waiting for them to get all the ingredients in stock so I could, get some out here and try it. If I had it on hand, it might be worth mixing it up. But there's so many other good tobaccos out there. Maybe it's just because I'm just not an aromatic guy. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to let you all go and enjoy your weekend. For those of you watching, I really appreciate your time. Really appreciate you watching. You have a great weekend. See you later, YouTube.